Now, in the previous slides, we have already studied about soil, its importance, and the causes of soil erosion. But as soil is the most important natural resource and human beings are dependent on it, it is a moral responsibility of the human beings to find out ways to conserve soil. So, in this slides, we are going to learn about soil conservation. So protection of soil from wearing due to physical forces of water and wind is called soil conservation. Now the first step towards conserving soil erosion is increasing vegetation. Increasing vegetation means increase the plant cover, that is plant more trees on the soil so that the roots of the soil will hold that soil firmly and it will avoid soil erosion. So roots of plants hold the soil together and prevent soil erosion. Green cover should be increased with the soil by planting trees. Now there are two terms which we have to study carefully. One is afforestation and another is reforestation. Now afforestation, planting of trees on a large scale on open land which has not been a forest is called afforestation. So you must have seen that there are people who carry out plant drives in which they plant a large number of trees on open land. That is afforestation. Well, reforestation. So areas where forests have been cut and planting trees in place of cut trees is called reforestation. Re means again. So planting trees in place of trees which are cut is called reforestation. Now the next method, wonderful method of soil conservation is crop rotation. So it is a method of farming where a number of different plants are grown one after the other on a field so that the soil stays healthy and fertile. If any cultivable land is left barren or vacant for long, loose dry soil gets eroded easily. Thus crop rotation always keeps the soil covered with vegetation. So no soil should be left barren or open. So it will result into soil erosion. It should be always covered, and crop rotation is another method to prevent soil erosion. The next method to conserve soil is cover crops. So between harvesting one crop and planting the next crop, the fields should not be left barren. This may blow away the topsoil and lead to depletion of important soil nutrients, making it infertile. Farmers can protect the soil by growing cover crops until the next crop is planted, for example, oats and rye. Now you must have seen animals wandering around, grazing on the grass. But if this happens, it will result in soil erosion. So instead of that, if there are pastures and special fields which are developed as pastures for the animals, it will avoid soil erosion. So the grass and herbs do not get time to recover and grow due to overgrazing. So this leads to soil erosion. So to prevent such erosion, areas should be reserved for pastures. Animals should be taken to such places for grazing and not allowed to wander. The construction of embankments is one more way to avoid soil erosion. So building embankments along river banks prevents soil erosion. The river water is unable to flood the nearby fields. Soil is thus conserved from erosion through water. If you have visited hilly areas, you must have observed that there are steps on which farming is being done. So, cutting steps of terrace on the slopes of hills and building bunds on outer edges control the flow of water and helps in reducing soil erosion. This type of farming is also referred to as terrace farming. Constructing dams is one more way to conserve soil. That is, many a times soil erosion is caused by river floods. So dams can be constructed across rivers to prevent soil erosion. Windbreaks are barriers formed by trees and other plants. Farmers plant these barriers around their fields. This prevents the soil from being blown away. The land is thus saved from wind erosion. These rows of trees or hedges are called windbreaks. So these all are different ways in which the soil can be conserved, and these ways can be actually used to prevent soil erosion.